spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. Focusing on the lives, experiences, and viewpoints of motherlode women, the show features a rotating cast of 4 women of all ages and from all walks of life. Quick, upbeat, and fast-paced with a variety of topics, this 1-hour show will be aired live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Tune in, it's Just Between Us.
Good morning and welcome to Just Between Us. We're here chit-chatting away. And I would like to welcome all of you to the show. And we have 2 lovely ladies with us today, and they'll introduce themselves. I'm Susie from Volcano.
I'm Kathy from Buena Vista.
And I'm Marta from my own in Jackson. And
Okie dokie.
Feliz
And
Año Nuevo. This is
see,
my first day back.
That's right. Feliz Año Nuevo. Absolutely. And how was your Christmas?
You don't want to know.
Okay, I will. Then I won't ask.
A root canal.
Yeah.
no.
Oh, that's right.
But
We
I'm okay now. Thank
We
God.
spoke. Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll. Kath, pick
Okay,
2.
pick a couple of things.
Okay.
And the first one is the first
Topic.
Topic, stumbling blocks.
Number
6.
6.
Number 6.
Six.
There are
That's
some.
not what I said.
There is no
Pick one.
controlling
Just-
her.
just pick
you know,
something.
she is on a roll today.
That's what happens.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, and number 6. Okay, thank you.
There are some that will never face up to problems.
Okay.
This is true. What do you feel is the first step in facing the problem?
Okay. And the
Okay.
second one,
And the
Martha?
second one is...
Being you.
Oh, yeah. Look.
6 again.
6 again.
You're on that 6th thing.
What is it about being you that you wish others would know, but you keep under wraps?
Oh.
Do we really want to know that?
My little red hot chili pepper. We're going to take a short break and we'll come back, and unfortunately we're going to turn Martha loose on you.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Just Between Us.
Thank you, Austin. Here we are. Kathy, we're going to talk about stumbling blocks first.
Okay.
Do you want to read it?
Sure. There are some that will never face up to problems. What do you feel is their first step in facing the problem?
Being
Face it.
responsible.
Acknowledging there's a problem.
Being
Yeah.
responsible. I think a lot of people, what happens, they just not used to being responsible for their actions, and nobody ever approached them and tell them, look, they haven't approached me, but
They're afraid of you. They're scared.
I'm really nice about it when I tell them, though. If I see a consistent
Consistency in their personality.
on the personality, and everybody's making fun of them for something that they are doing, and they just keep doing it over and over and over again, and they just don't get it. And unless somebody tells them, maybe they don't know. Maybe they can acknowledge in their brain.
But don't you think that there are people that have the type of personality or the makeup that they don't want to face a problem? It's not going to go away. So what you have to do is you have to acknowledge, I've got this problem. Let's say, for instance, there's a breakup in a marriage.
I have a problem with
It was number 6.
with this
Yeah,
number.
there you go. Okay, say for some reason the couple breaks up, okay, and she finds him with another woman, or he finds her with another man. Okay, that problem's not going to go away.
No.
First of all, you need to do 2 things. You need to acknowledge that that there definitely has been a breakdown in the relationship.
It
Number
is
1.
horrible,
And
huh?
number 2, you have to face the facts of life. You don't go back and burn the candle the same way twice, okay? So
Right.
that may not be your solution. You need to go and you need to talk to, family and friends are okay, but you need to talk to somebody professionally and say, these are my feelings, because there's certain things that maybe you don't want to bring out,
Right.
okay?
Right.
That you can only bring out to someone that is in the field of helping you.
In high confidence.
And high confidence, there you go.
Totally.
And-
Somebody that's not emotionally involved.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
what do I want to say? A disinterested third party.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Somebody,
And
who can be
Right.
rational and objective. And
Right.
And
then
somebody
I
that
think you
knows-
have to know, you have to decide too, what is it I want?
Yeah,
Do I really love this person and do I want to give it another try?
But sometimes that's not your choice, Kathy. It's
I
the other
understand.
person. The other
Yeah,
person
but-
says, no, I found somebody else.
Right.
It happened to me. I'm done with you,
Yeah.
and I'm moving on. And, and mine was almost 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact remains is that the shock and whatever, and you can talk about it for so much, but then you got to take action.
That's true.
You got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and say, okay,
And
this
every,
is it.
every situation's different.
Absolutely, and every
So-
personality is different. But I think
That's true.
number one is acknowledging it. Number two is taking steps towards resolving or understanding the situation.
And then I think too that you also have to give yourself a break.
Yes.
There has to be a time when you just don't, like today I'm not going to even focus on that. I'm going to just enjoy the day. The sun's out, it's 70 degrees, it's the middle of January.
Right.
The river's still running and beautiful,
And
Let's go have
not
a
only
good
that,
day.
I'm going to put this behind me today. I'm going to go out to lunch with a friend.
Yeah.
But before I do that, I'm going to fix myself up. I'm going to go. It's very, very difficult if you've never been in it.
Well,
But
like what
all
I did.
things come to pass, as they say.
What I did is, when I got my divorce, and it was final, I said, "Oh my, I have to go do my mourning." So I went to Hawaii.
I like that.
There's a joke about a lay coming up, so stand by. Yeah.
Did you have a grass skirt and all?
Oh God, yes.
See?
It was, it does help you.
It does.
Those things help you. I mean,
Yeah, they do.
how did I do it? I don't know. It just happened that I thought, I always wanted to go to Hawaii. I never went on vacation in 25 years.
Well,
I
no,
was
you're
married,
busy raising
you know.
children
Yeah.
and a
And
husband.
then I was
In the business?
all of
Sure.
a sudden I was single and free. Oh,
See?
never knew what that felt like it. And boy,
But there's all kinds of problems.
yes.
But
Sure.
it's a fact of also give yourself a break,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's
Acknowledge
go
the
on
problem
to let's
and-
go on to being
right.
you, Kath.
Oh boy, this is a hard one for me. Okay, being you. What is it about being you that you wish others would know, but you keep under wraps?
I can't think of that. That I'm not really what I say I am about.
No,
No,
it's
no.
it's
Oh,
things that you
what?
want. It's something that most people don't know about you, that you wish that they would know, that they maybe a misconception.
Maybe a little thing about me is I love photography. I do a lot of photography, but
Great.
it's not something that I'm known for. And I mean, I share things once in a while with people, but it's not something that I have or has ever really pursued, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's coming in your golden years.
Well, they're really coming gold. I'll tell you, all the gold is going.
Well, there is.
Is that what it means by golden years?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, sometimes they
think so.
they suck, as they say, but
Okay, something that I would want people to know
That you
about
kinda
me.
keep
I
under
know
wraps.
something about you that a lot of people don't know is that when you are in when you're in a friendship, you and I share this. When we're in friendships, and even if that person has done something wrong to us, we never betray the trust that they
Yeah.
put in us.
Oh, no.
You're like that,
Definitely.
and so am I.
Definitely.
I
Definitely.
would never betray that person's trust.
I feel that I'm an open book in Amador County because I have no secrets. I have nothing that I could say, oh my God, I don't want anybody to know.
You know, I do know something about you that you don't put out there very much, because I was really impressed when you were talking about collecting the toys for the kids and going down to Baja.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you do that maybe once a year, but you have this huge heart, and you're always doing stuff for
When are you
people.
going
It's,
again?
we don't know yet.
Let me know,
It's
'cause-
probably like in April.
All right, well, let me know, because I give you my check.
But I know you do. Thank you very much.
Well, I love doing that for you.
Right now, what I'm doing is in April, I will be doing a walk for Brian Stowe.
Brian, right.
So there's a website that I put on my Facebook that we're asking for donations for the brain injuries. There's a hospital, an organization that helps people that has brain injuries, and that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm always doing a little something.
Doesn't it make you feel good?
I don't, I think that's the reason why I do it. I don't do it for the glory. I don't do it for, if I can help somebody. We had a guy and his daughter that lost their home not long ago, just before Christmas.
Oh.
And I put on Facebook. Facebook is great for this,
It is.
And
Yeah.
I put, if you have anything that you would like to donate for this family, feel free to bring it. And I was giving it to him. He would come over and pick it up. Somebody brought a Christmas tree,
Oh,
Christmas
how nice.
decorations, clothes for the girl, shoes, a jacket for
Yeah.
him, and some clothes. I mean, all of those things. I mean, it's not a big thing. If everybody could help one person, it would be
Right.
wonderful. There's
I
so
think
many.
we're- I think
but
we're all-
I don't do it to glorify myself.
No, of course
I
not.
do it because I have the ability.
I'd like to
do
tell
it.
people sometimes the things that I do because I want them to get involved, like the Wounded
Correct.
Warrior Project
Right.
is one of my
Right.
passions, and we have to help these people. We have to do so much because they've cut back so much funding, and these people put themselves in harm's way for us.
There's a Wounded Warrior benefit sometime, isn't it?
Here, Top Gun.
Is it Top Gun?
Top Gun,
When-
yes.
You have to tell me.
Yes, I
remind
will.
me because I want to go.
I just talked
But
to Joe
I-
last night. He came in for dinner.
This
The guy
is
that
this
we
is
did
something
together.
that you can do that you can. They just asked for $19 a month,
Oh,
and I've
okay.
been doing it for years to help at the hospital to help get prosthesis
There's
and
so-
to do all these
you also
different
have
things.
to. I have to, put myself in a certain area where there's only so much I can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
yes,
cannot
yes.
do it all.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
want to do it all.
Right.
Sure.
I just became a director for Operation Care.
Wonderful.
So that's another.
Another one of my ones that touch my heart.
So, all of those little things, it doesn't take a lot of time.
No.
It just, you have to educate yourself to
Devotion.
know what you can do, you know?
3, okay.
Go
we got
ahead,
that.
honey, go
Oh, no, but what about you? What's your under wraps?
My under wraps? I think that a lot of people think that I'm always a sense of humor, joking and laughing, which I am, but I have a very serious side. And if you tell me something in confidence, it's going to stay there, and that's me. Okay, next two.
Okay.
Okie dokie, we got a free for all, and it's all over. Is that it?
It's all over.
Okay, girl, go for it.
5, I missed it by 1.
Amen.
What about the holidays? Are you going to continue next year? Oh,
Okay.
Like a tradition, or
it just says, what are you going to continue next year?
oh, what are we going to continue?
We'll
Okay,
come
good.
up with
Okay.
something.
We'll come up with something. We're going to take a short
I'll-
break. Stay with us, and
I'll
we are
be the
going to be
Christmas
right
tree
back.
next year.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
And now back to Just Between Us.
Oh, here we are. Thank you, Austin. Okie dokie.
Yep.
Ready to go. It's all over.
Okay, what about the holidays? What about the holidays are you going to continue next year?
I haven't stopped since I remember, so that I don't see why.
What
the reason-
tradition? What
I don't
tradition
think-
are you going to do that you want to do? You have to have Thanksgiving at the
Every year, I have my Thanksgiving at the restaurant, and I invite all of my employees, my family, and their
children.
other side of the family. Like my daughter-in-law's family.
Right.
Their mom and the dad.
How fun.
And all of us get together. They bring their families, and I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. The pain in the butt cleaning up. But
If I
hear
got a
me,
pencil
hear
for
me.
you, Austin. If I got a pencil for you,
Ours is, the one I have the most fun with, I think, is Easter. It's the Saturday before Easter.
It's so fun.
We have
kids. Oh,
the
you get all the
kids.
grandkids.
I get all the grandkids
I
and the
do too.
extended family
Right.
and their friends and anybody who wants to come. And we've had, I don't know how many kids at the ranch, and hundreds
fun
of
is
that
Easter eggs.
cool?
I mean, we're finding
Yes.
Easter eggs all year long then.
Yeah, I bet.
But those kids just have a blast.
how fun is
Yeah,
that?
it's fun.
Easter is one of my favorite
It is.
favorite, because the weather is just every
Yes,
year
it's-
has been
The
perfect.
new birth of,
Yeah.
of,
You know.
of everything that
And the grass
leaves.
isn't high, but it's a little green,
Right,
and
Yes,
it's pretty.
and pretty. Oh,
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
I can
thing.
hardly
I
wait.
don't know what I would do. It's every year it differs and stuff. I do baking for my neighbor. I do little things like that for my neighbors, bake and bring them stuff like that. Make homemade fudge, and I mean I'm Susie Homemaker for about 2 weeks.
Oh,
Really get in there and do all that. My rum balls, my bourbon balls, my homemade fudge, cookies, the whole big thing. I like that. And to me, it's not the holidays unless I do something like that.
Yeah.
I love it. I just love doing that. But I think that a lot of people, they have certain things that are a tradition. Like you said, you exchange ornaments.
Ornaments. Yep,
Yeah,
that's our.
which I think is great. And there are times where I just feel that there's just one thing that you got to continue to do, or I mean, not necessarily Christmas. It could be,
yeah.
Thanksgiving. It could be New Year's Eve. It could be
Fourth
Fourth
of
of July.
Yeah.
I used to always have a barbecue on 4th of July, and that kind of went wayward the last few years, but I wouldn't mind doing it again. But New Year's Eve, the one tradition I like at New Year's Eve is just John and I alone, and just ringing in the New Year at midnight. Of course, it's New York time, because I'm out like a light right after that. But, just little things that you find really comfortable, that you're comfortable with in your routine, I think, and it means a lot, and you look forward to it year after year after year. But Valentine's Day is no big deal to me.
taking my grandkids roller skating or ice
Yes,
skating.
no, that's fun.
Or taking them to the snow and watch them go crazy, and
There you
me
go.
sit in the car with
The heater
on. It's like,
Yeah,
Are
really.
you guys done yet? Come on, let's go.
Nani, it's only been 15 minutes. I don't care. Get in the car, or I'll leave you
And
here.
you can't talk to anybody on the phone because there's no signal
Signal.
up there,
There
so
you
you
go.
have to sit there. I've been doing that since my kids were very young.
Oh, that's wonderful,
I used to
Martha.
have a band, and I sit there, with the make sure
But
that
you know what? If you didn't do that, you would be the one that would feel bad. She
Oh,
would
yeah,
be the one.
yes.
You would be the one that would feel bad because you're so used to doing it.
or
And
just
Oh,
you know.
other thing I do, I just forgot all about. That is a lot of fun at Christmas. Is right before Christmas, I have all the grandkids and their friends. I invite as many as we can, and we do gingerbread houses. And I'm not talking about just gingerbread
It
houses.
is the
cute.
most fun. Remember when the
4
bakery?
stories.
Yeah.
Oh, my
My
gosh.
and they get a piece this big, and they do a village.
oh, how
And I found out that
cute.
pretzel rods
Yes.
are great. You can put them on top of the
Oh,
gingerbread
really?
and then build up.
Oh, that
How
is so much
adorable
fun! I
is
did
that?
that one year with
Yeah.
my grandkids and in some of my kids. Accra puts
Oh, okay.
something together. But then also remember the Switch Bakeries.
Oh,
Swiss-
Max's?
Max,
Yes,
yeah.
when Max was here.
Linda,
Yeah.
Yes,
Linda
and-
Iggerman
yeah.
used
Yeah.
to do it
Now
too.
now you
I
can
mean,
buy kits.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's so much fun with the graham crackers.
Oh,
and
I
then
bet.
you do that meringue paste.
Yes.
And you put the squeezies.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I mean the table's just full of different kinds of
How
it
candies.
is
cute is
just
that?
absolutely
They look forward to it.
beautiful.
I asked the kids in Tahoe this year. I said, "Do you want to do it again?" Are you kidding? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, all of those things are wonderful.
And
Yeah.
I always look at it this way: the little things that you do like that, holiday or not, just something that you remembers when we're gone. They're going to always remember that. That's going to be in their smiling memory
I
bank.
always done things that are not take a lot of money to enjoy.
Well, they're the best.
So that I can leave a legacy to the children that they
It's
don't
not
have
about
to spend
money.
a lot of money.
That's right.
Just to have a good time.
You betcha.
Yeah.
I take them to the river. I take them to the snow.
There you go.
I take them,
That's
just
perfect.
to play it at the park or just anything that is
Time.
that's natural and it's something that you can enjoy.
But don't you think just
Together.
giving your children or your grandchildren or friends or whatever, just giving them a part of your day, a part of your time, that means more. How many times have women got together, sat down, had a glass of wine, hors d'oeuvres or whatever, put your feet up for the night and talked for 4 or 5 hours? It's better than, let's pack here, let's go
My
do this, let's
grandfather
go do
used to
that.
tell me,
Put your feet up.
my wife's grandfather, should say, and thank you, Grandpa, always used to tell me, there's nothing you can give me that could be better than your time.
There you go.
That's true.
You
See?
know,
I agree with him 100%.
It was just
And it
so-
just means so much, like when I look back, like with my noni and nono and all of that.
A lot
you
of
know,
people think that they have to give you a big gift
No,
or this or
no,
that. You know,
no.
these times, all of that wise things that my grandfather taught me.
You remember.
Hey, they come so handy.
You betcha.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
You
they
betcha.
come so handy because
Yeah.
he taught us about, he made it fun where we had to go
Right.
pick up wood,
Sure.
to do our cooking and
You
do
bet.
this. He used to make it fun. You
bet.
know, I never saw it like, oh my
it's
God,
work.
poor me,
Right. Okay, girlfriends, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have our first free-for-all.
Oh, boy.
And we're going to be talking about the upcoming drought, okay? You have a question to throw out to the audience in case somebody out there has an answer. They can let us know? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the question is about the drought. Does anyone know, does the county have any restrictions or control over the water that is sold that comes through Amador County and originates in Amador County?
What's the
in
number
other
they
words-
can call Susie?
So 223-4877. So what you're asking is the water that is sold, if somebody
Right.
wants to come in and buy a truckload of water or,
No,
or,
I'm
or what?
I'm talking
Just
about
regular?
no, East Bay mud, the amount of water that comes down and goes into our reservoirs, like Part E.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that goes to the big I can't even say that word, municipal,
Municipality.
there you go, that word.
I glued mine in.
Are there controls or restrictions over that water, or do we have any say-so if we're in a drought situation? Can we restrict the amount of water that goes through? I mean, it's originated in our county,
Okay.
okay?
I would venture to say that somebody from that handles all this is going to have to say, but I would think that once a drought is declared,
Yes.
that washing cars,
Watering
putting
lawns.
money in your pool, watering your lawns, frivolous use of water that you would, just the necessaries. I think it's just going to come down to showering and laundry and the essentials. I think other than that, we're going to be cut back. I know that, I believe that the governor's supposed to come out and speak today.
Yeah, today was
Yeah.
supposed to, yes.
In regards to this, and I would venture to say, and I actually, I hope he does do this, encourage people to start watching now.
Well, they already started in Sacramento.
Right.
They got them with some restrictions.
Right, right.
You know, up here, we have so many wells.
Right.
Yes.
That is, I'm starting to like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, see, I'm
Well,
in a
we're
well.
just- We are
quit.
too,
I
yeah.
quit watering, but
Yep.
twice a week maybe.
Right.
Depends on the weather.
Right.
If I can get away with it only once, I just keep it at once because the weather is being really cool at night.
Yeah.
And,
There
and
is
all that
some-
moist,
Yeah,
you
there
know.
is moisture.
Well, I think what we have to remember is basically, we're probably like in the 4th year of water shortage, but this year is a drought. And I-
Somebody
and-
told me that all the
and it-
lakes up
they're
here,
dry. They're
just-
down
just
really low.
low.
But I believe
Have
it's
you
usually 7 years where you go through a drought, a
Have
dry
you seen
season.
Folsom?
Folsom? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I thought that is horrible. I never seen it.
But see, they
that
drained a
low.
lot of that
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
anticipation of having, and maybe they should, one of the things that they do from now on is to hold off. I know last week I made the comment that the weather, because with all the technology, they can see out like maybe sometimes as far as a month, that they said like in February, it looks like things are coming up. But we've got this blasted thing that's this high, I believe it is, that's not allowing it. It's going up and it's going down, but it's butting up against us and,
all over the country is
Problems.
totally different
Oh,
than
yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
They're having
Right.
so much rain in the
They-
east.
and I'm thinking
Virginia
is-
and-
well, we're going, our Earth is going through a lot of changes.
Yeah.
It's like-
But this is not unusual. People have to remember, we have gone through water shortages and we've gone through these type of weather patterns for years and years ago. Since the beginning of watching the weather patterns, I say I don't care what type of equipment you have. Mother Nature and animals know what's going on. You watch the animals, you watch their activity, and when Mother Nature wants us to have rain, she's going to let us have rain.
I saw bees, you know how they swarm?
Right.
They're There was a bee swarm on rocks at the ranch yesterday.
They're starting to come out.
Yeah, they're
they
I
come
mean,
out
they were
at-
just how they were all gathered
Yes.
in a swarm.
All my,
They-
all my little,
And I thought, oh my
my little
gosh,
tulips and
what is it?
daffodils are already, they're.
Popping their heads up?
Oh, yeah, they're
And
this
then
high.
I was watching on Facebook too, that there are a lot of the snakes are starting to come out.
Oh, I wouldn't
because,
doubt that, yeah.
because, and you know, they put pictures on Facebook and it's like, really? No.
Not yet.
But you know
No.
what? Up where I am, every year, it never fails. The daffies come out, everything is beautiful and bloom, and we get hit
Snow.
with snow.
Wow.
This is a good
Okay,
thing. All right.
our last two topics, your name and another free-for-all. So ladies, I want you to think about a free-for-all.
Number 3.
Number 3. Would you keep your maiden name if you didn't like your husband's last name? Well, I'm a little old for that, but
Really. And then we have another free-for-all. So we're gonna come up with something for you
I
with
got
that.
a good
Please
one
stay
for
with
you.
us. We will be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
State Farm.
And now back to Just Between Us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
please.
no, I'm not going to say the
all right,
Indians. No.
yeah.
Oh, we're on. Welcome back. I'm Susie from
Austin,
Volcano.
Where are you?
Kathy from Amador County.
There
How's
you
that?
go.
And I'm Marta from somewhere in this county.
Okie dokie. Okay, your name is the next one.
Okay, and it was number 3. Would you keep your maiden name if you didn't like your husband's last name?
No, I mean, you get me. I don't know. A lot of professional women and a lot of women are hyphenated or whatever. I mean, if his last name was Boombatz, I mean, I don't know if I'd want to go by that.
I
But
kept my last name just to piss his new wife off.
So you let her control you.
No.
Yes, you did.
No. No.
Well, but there was no
Because she's
reason.
gone now.
Oh, you controlled her.
But there was no reason for you to
Out of
change
town.
it. Though. There was no reason
Well,
for you
that-
to change.
The reality was that, you know, I had to do, because I have a business. And the business is in my name. All my credit cards are in my name. All the licenses are in my name. I would have to just pay somebody to come and do everything because I don't have the patience for that. And I thought, all my kids are Perez, so what's the big deal?
Right.
What's the
That
name?
makes
What's
If
the
you
name?
remarried, it would be a different story.
And nobody even, if I was to change my last name, nobody would ever even know.
There you go.
You know, this is my business name.
Sure.
It's not an ego. It's not about, you know, I was just kidding about the ex-wife.
Oh,
Sure you were. We believe her, don't we, Susan?
yeah, right.
But anyway, I was just, you know, it's just a business name, and all of my kids' last name is Perez.
Then
Yeah.
that's
So,
that's
you know,
the way
I don't
you
have
should
one
stay.
that is this and another one that is
Okay,
But there
that.
was no
now-
reason to change
So-
your name because basically you didn't remarry.
My whole life.
You've been a Perez
Yeah.
more than you have
Yeah.
been
That's who you are.
your
Yes,
maiden name.
Yes.
Okay, now, but the question is, what happens if you don't like your husband's maiden name?
Well, there's an instance, and I read about this. It was like 2-3 months ago. This man's last name, it was obnoxious. He didn't like it himself. So when he got married, he took his wife's
Oh, I heard
name.
about that. I heard
And
about
his
that.
family got upset. But
Yeah.
hey, you know what? It's whatever you want to do.
My daughter,
Legally, you
Rachel-
can change your name to anybody
yeah.
you want.
My
Yeah.
daughter Raquel, she kept her Perez.
There you go.
She did not change it to Meeker. She is Raquel Perez.
Meeker.
I think, yeah, Meeker, but she kept the Perez.
Perez, sure.
You know.
I like that the person would have enough self-confidence in their person that if they did not care for their name and they had an obnoxious last name,
If you
that
want to
they-
change it legally, change it.
that they would have enough confidence to change it to something that more suits them and who they are. You know, because we don't have a choice with the name we're born with.
No,
No.
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 You know, but we do
And I know,
have a choice.
and remember when a lot of people came over to the United States and came across oceans for their freedom, a lot of them, I know a lot of Italian,
changed their
a lot of
names.
Italian
Yeah. They
people,
changed their names.
Yes.
they told them to change their name from Italian to drop the A-E-I-O or U at the end there, and to make it more American to fit in, which, see, for me, I don't like that. I mean, I think that that's wrong to say if somebody's name is a certain nationality, well, you better change it because they may look down upon you if it's not more English
but there was
sounding.
even in
another
the
reason.
70s, even in the 70s, Susie, there was still a lot of discrimination.
Well, sure, I'm
yeah,
not saying
yeah.
there wasn't.
If you have not ever been discriminated, you know, and you judge somebody else for
Oh,
trying
sure,
to change their
sure.
last name because they're going to be discriminated, I probably would have too, you know. But it's very, very horrible when people discriminate you because you're a certain nationality.
But it was I know that with my nationality, a lot of it, because when they came here, a lot of them settled in Little Italy and in New York and places like that before they came out to other places. And because they were Italian or whatever, a lot of them frowned upon other people, you know, Americanizing their name. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. If that's what you want to do, please be my guest. But I feel for myself it would have been wrong. I've been a Lombardi. I was born a Lombardi. It's my maiden name, and I'm gonna die with Lombardi Miller. That's my name. And the thing is that, you know, I was proud of my heritage. I have no problem with people saying, oh, you're Italian, or your last name is Lombardi. That's Italian, or
Hey,
whatever.
But
I
you're
had a
judged
lot.
by your name. I mean, so when I was doing the research on my name, my husband's family name,
Right.
I realized that name didn't exist. I'm serious.
Really?
In Germany.
That's right.
I mean,
Wow.
it really did. We
That's
went to
right.
Germany to find it, and it didn't exist.
Wow.
And so then when I was doing the research, what I realized that there was a lady who came over here who was pregnant. And so she chose a name that wasn't her name.
Wow.
I'll be darned.
You know, so there's reasons, I think there's legitimate reasons for people to change their names. And it can be like, Lombardi's a proud name, but you could have a name that has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
You know, and if that's not you, you know, why not change it?
Well, no, I have no problem
Yeah.
with them doing. I'm saying
Right.
for myself,
Yes.
you know, to hide your heritage. You know, for me, I just
if you
think be
knew
proud.
my name
Be proud.
when I was born, my name was Marta Leticia Rebeca Armenta Villa, and then when I got married, it's De Perez. Marta Leticia Rebeca Armenta Villa de
De
Perez.
Perez.
When I became American citizen, Marta L. Perez.
There you go.
Period.
The rest of it is gone.
It's like, yeah. I put the L in there because if you do Google
search,
my
there's a
name,
lot of
it's
them.
like thousands of Marta Perez. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my dearest friends and her granddaughter plays softball with Courtney. Her name is Martha Perez.
Yeah, there's-
there's a lot of Perezes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go on to our last topic, which is going to be another free for all. And you wanted to discuss.
I was watching this on Facebook again. 'Cause I'm very
I
well
have to get on. I don't
informed.
have
I
Facebook.
love
I have a lot of.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
I'm
to do it.
informed with.
like
Like-
Martha
And you
said.
see, and it's quick,
Yeah.
things that you can educate
Right.
yourself on. But I saw this video where I think it was Reno. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But a Spanish store had the Mexican flag above, and then the American flag right below. And then a veteran came in, and I don't know if he asked the owner, to politely take it down, and maybe the owner didn't want to, or I don't know what really happened, but then the veteran came in and just tore it up and took his American flag and said, I worked very hard for this, I fought for this, and nobody's going to put my flag down. So, and I started thinking, wow, it should be that people that come to this country should learn to respect the way things are here, because if you go to Mexico, you need to learn, the rules.
Well, let me put it
you
this
know.
way. Could you put the American flag above the Mexican flag in Mexico? No.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, and I thought.
I think it was. I think it
it's
was a
so
miscommunication for the owner of the store. Let's give him some credit where credit is due. He's proud to be Mexican,
Yeah.
as he should be, and he's proud to be a businessman, as he should be. And he was just making a statement. This is my country. However, I understand did he overreact? In my book, maybe because I'm the type of person I wouldn't go and do something like that. So I don't
don't
can't
know.
say.
I would.
But it's personal property. You're destroying someone.
But-
But there's ways to handle it.
Right.
Correct. And
You
that's
know.
what I'm saying. I don't know if the veteran came in and asked politely, because I saw in the video that the owner was standing right there, and the owner didn't do anything. And there was a camera with the
Was it like the surveillance camera?
no. It was the news camera.
Okay.
That-
Also, the news. But
the
then,
news-
so then he had to have it
Yes.
He
So,
had
yeah.
set up.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
had
'cause
it
he
set
knew
up.
what he
Yeah,
was doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, and I can't picture any. I mean, let's face it. There are people in every walks of life that hold distinguished jobs and give their life every day and whatever, and they don't act like that. So I'm just saying that this was very upsetting to him, and I appreciate that. This is the United States of America.
Exactly.
For me, I feel that the American flag should be above every other flag.
Correct.
That's my personal
That's-
belief.
well, that's
I
the
would
way it
never.
is.
I would never fly.
Period.
The flag of Italy, if I owned a deli or whatever, I would never put that
I'm
above the
surprised
American
the
flag.
guy-
Okay, no, but then I've got
But
a
freedom of
question about-
speech.
Okay, yeah, and then you got freedom of speech. But I have seen restaurants, other places, fly the flag, like if it's Italian, have an Italian flag.
Sure.
Yeah, side by side.
Not
You-
side by
no-
side.
Really?
No American flag.
Oh.
Well, then,
Okay.
Okay.
So are we? So there's all this stuff. Yes, I agree that if you're going to fly flags, then this is the United States. The United States should be at the
Exactly.
top.
But if you're talking
But-
about a Mexican restaurant, if you're talking about an Italian
And
restaurant
they
or French or
have
whatever,
whatever.
they always do 90% of the time. They always have something there, the colors of their flag. They
flag,
decorate
yes,
and the whole thing.
yes.
I have no problem with that. I think it was upsetting. It was the
Upsetting is
same
that-
thing that was the school in the valley, where on Cinco de Mayo, they put the Mexican flag first and they put the American flag under them. And a lot of the kids got upset about that. And they said, well, it's because it's Cinco de Mayo and there's a big, our California history is a Mexican history.
Yes, it is.
Okay?
Correct,
And so
correct.
I think it's a thing of respect. Would I put the Mexican flag above the American flag? No.
No,
No.
exactly.
No. Should we learn
This is
about?
another thing that my grandpa used to say. To the land that you travel, do as they do.
Absolutely.
I swear.
Absolutely.
My
But don't take- but
grandfather-
don't
You
take-
need grandpa-isms. You know,
But
you
don't
got lots
take
of
the
them.
right.
Yes, yes.
To never take the right away of somebody to fly the German flag, the French flag, the Mexican flag, or the Italian flag. You should never take that right away. That is your right to fly that flag. But if you're going to fly it,
Have respect.
have respect for the American flag. It should always be above.
Exactly. And you
That's
know,
just my personal
and
belief.
I think that I was thinking maybe this guy had never been educated on that part.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's a
Maybe
lot
he's
of people-
innocent.
but you know, if you go to court, innocence is not going to save your little butt. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you come to this country, I always tell everybody that I meet, you know.
And thank you for calling my butt little.
That they need to educate themselves in everything that we do
Absolutely.
in the United States.
But we have to realize there are some people that are innocent in their actions and they don't realize the
That's a big one
ramifications.
to be innocent. No,
Well, what are you going to do?
that's a-
We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and we're going to hit you up with our hot topics. Stay with us.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
And now back to Just Between Us.
Welcome
Became
back.
a lawyer.
Welcome back. Yes, I
Yes.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Just Between Us. And ladies, are you ready for the hot topic?
Yes, we are.
Okay. What do you think of the proposed bill
Bill.
that would abolish the affluenza defense in California? In other words, this kid was drinking and driving, 16 and a half years old, killed
Oh,
people.
I think I know what
and
you're talking
and
about.
so because his parents are very affluent and they're extremely rich, that the judge gave him 10 years probation. People are dead. People are maimed for life.
How did
and
the judge get away with that?
Because he's a judge. This is his ruling.
But
Because
he
this
has to
kid,
go by the law.
well, he gave him 10 years probation, and then he said the kid had to be removed from his family's home and go to rehab for 2 years, with mom and dad paying a couple $100,000. That doesn't erase the fact you killed people. I
You
don't
think
care what
that's a
anybody
punishment?
says.
Do you think that's a punishment?
When you drink
What
and drive,
is
I don't
he
care if you're
thinking?
12 years old, you know you're doing something wrong.
Oh my God.
It has nothing to do with money.
How can we, as private citizens and not part of the judicial system, make the judicial system more just or fair?
You just have to go and lobby. That's the only reason why laws change, because people go and lobby.
Have you ever seen some
You go to
verdicts?
the Capitol, Capitol, and you see all these people out
Right.
there.
But have you gone and watched trials? Example,
Oh, yeah.
O.J. Simpson's trial with Nicole
Well,
Simpson.
I wasn't
and,
there, but yes, I see.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying. There we
Yes.
were. We were the judicial system because that jury found him not guilty. A lot of the evidence, let's face it, and
Was fake.
everything pointed that he did do this. I mean, he had their blood in his house and in his car, and we can go on and on and on. This is the way our judicial system is. I think they should have mandatory laws, the sentence throughout the United States, nationwide.
Oh, I agree.
Not one
I
sentence,
agree.
you get 10 years, you get 2, you get
It
probation.
depends on who you are.
Absolutely.
Your family is, yeah.
That all of these things that we have been talking about, I was talking to Joe last night. He's the one that does the Top Gun, Joe Dietrich. And anyway, I was saying, this is weird, Joe, that all these attorneys, all these judges, and all of these people that educate themselves to be in the law, and then we, the people, are the ones that make the decisions. But we have to be smarter than them and not let them fool us, because they can change things incredibly, and it can be very confusing, because I've been in juries where I just go like, really?
It's the interpretation of the law.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes.
exactly.
And they can make it look
They can
like
twist
that.
it and
Yeah,
turn it,
they can
yes.
twist it to make it look guilty, and then the other one can make it look like he's not guilty because
Right.
of, and then we, the people, have to make the decision whether this person is guilty or not.
Right.
I think, okay, where did that come from? That they think that we're smarter than all the attorneys and all the judges.
Because-
I always wonder about that.
I like Susie's, what you said, though. If there was a way that we could standardize the law throughout the country,
Every state has to adhere on especially on felonies. You do this, and you have an enhancement like a gun or a knife or whatever, and it's this. You don't. I don't care if you do it in California, if you do it in Alabama, or you do it in Connecticut. You're going to get the same thing.
I have my sister's granddaughter is an attorney, and she worked for the Supreme Court there one summer, and her job was to go through the laws on capital punishment to see where there were conflictions. I mean, there are so many different conflicts within the law.
Well, there you are. We have it
Yeah.
with the death penalty. We have it with gay marriage. We have it with this. We have it with that. Why don't you just take a stand? And it is the same throughout the land.
It'll probably go back to states' rights.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it's like, so then are we one nation under the law, or are we a
I think on
group
certain
of states?
What they have to do is that they have to take probably certain laws, certain, let's say felonies, okay? You can come to California, say if you kill somebody here, and you won't get the death penalty, or you only serve 10 to 20 years and you're out, because your attorney bargains it down to you were protecting your life and blah, blah, blah. Whereas somebody else, you go down there and it's, hey, no, it is the death penalty, and in 5 years you're gone.
But then-
so, see,
But now, if we're looking at felonies, I mean, that's a whole nother topic, because felonies can be something as writing a bad check.
well, there's different stages. I'm
stages of
talking about,
felonies.
what I mean is that let's say murder, let's say rape, let's say abuse.
Classifications, yes.
Classifications. It should be, you're not going to go from state to state and think you're going to get by with this, and I'll do, I can go to this state and it's no big deal because I won't have to do this or I won't have to do that, but yet if I did this crime in somewhere else, make it tough on them all over the place. We got to take a short break. We'll be right back.
I say everybody wear a gun.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. And now back to Just Between Us.
Oh, we're back. You can give us a buzz at 223-4877, or you can fax us at 223-4866, or you can email us at bookme@tspntv.com. We got caught every single day.
I know.
Every single
Time.
commercial of this day, yapping away.
Yep.
Not that we can't talk.
We were only talking about guns.
Well,
My
ladies,
favorite topic.
I do have to say, I think that it's time that we all kick back and we all think about the drought and start pulling back a little bit and thinking
Be
twice.
Be responsible.
Yeah, be responsible, because I think that we, unless something's going to change, of course, there's always this gloom and doom. Oh, even if we got 10 inches between February and June, we're still way below. We know that. But everything that we get is a
especially
blessing.
Well, remember 3 years
Susie.
ago when they got dumped on?
Yeah.
You guys had a feet of snow up there.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
And people were out of power, they had their roads blocked, and that came in what, March?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so scary to me? A lot of people have wells.
Yes.
Wells go dry.
Me.
Kathy's
Kathy's on a well, you're on a well, I'm on a well.
Mine went dry one time in the middle of the summer.
Oh, wow.
And then I had to have somebody come in and dig deeper,
Yeah.
But it's very costly.
Oh, yes, it is.
Thousands and thousands of dollars. And if there's no water, you can go as deep
You're
as you
done.
want.
Yeah,
You're not going to
exactly.
get anything. So the thing is that you're going to have to cut back. And even people that are on city water, don't think that that's just going to keep flowing, because it's not going to.
Exactly.
And hopefully you can find out, maybe you can call and find out the answer to your question, if there will be restrictions on how they use.
I will
I will
look.
check into that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious if
Yeah.
or if it was just a wholesale sell and that you get that much of water and you can do with it what
Because
you
I know
want.
people buy, friends of ours, they buy tankfuls of water
Yeah, I have-
in the Bay Area to fill up their bladder, their water bladder,
what
because
they do in-
they're out of water.
You know what they do in Mexico? Every home has like a big water tank.
Yeah.
Because they shut off the water for 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And then they supposed to supply their own water, by saving
Great.
it when
Yes,
they have water.
bye.
Don't forget, watch
For
the
my
game.
Besitos to my grandkids.
And besitos to the 49ers.
Oh!
The game's on Sunday.
Let's go.
Vámonos!